Call to order for December 11th, meeting. And start the roll call. Tony Doherty. Margaret Blum.
Jeff Corbin,
Laura Robertson,
Chet LaSalle,
Amy Sarah Lamella.
Amanda Matuzik,
Cliff Rhodey.
Linda Choquetti.
Excellent. Fabulous. All right. I guess we'll go to the minutes. Have any corrections? Suggestions?
I had like two really minor typos.
Okay.
There's an extra period on line 32.
Yeah,
after
I saw that.
chairperson.
Mm-hmm.
Probably an extra the at the end of the line of 72.
Like the sign, like the columnar
Like
trees.
the columnar trees, yeah. I think it's just like columnar trees. Again, very minor.
Mhm.
I was reading that too. The only other thing I saw was, do we need to like move to have you be chair?
Oh, I have no idea. Laura.
it's better if you do that.
I
Are
hereby
you-
nominate.
Let's finish the minutes first. Have a set of minutes of it in that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know. I'm just bringing it up on the screen.
Okay.
I,
You want to
I,
take notes?
Anybody else? I have like a ton because I read these much more carefully than I normally do.
That's fine.
Okay, all right, line 30, six. Say, I suggested minutes be distributed before the meeting so we can suggest items for the agenda. It was to review for action items.
Okay, so we'll change suggest items to the agenda to review for action items.
Line 46. Stormwater retention ponds are created in Glen Forest area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then on line 40, I didn't say I would investigate options for a project management tool. I
Oh.
asked Cliff if he would.
Okay, ask Mr. Rhodey.
The gentlest declaration of not it I've ever heard.
Say what?
I said it was the gentlest declaration of not it, like not.
Oh, gosh. And then the rest of them are just kind of like, softer kind of language, on line 54, where, Jeff didn't like the proposal. Maybe the council does not support this proposal for stormwater ponds.
It was pretty aggro, but you're right.
Yeah, I know. It's just a little gentle. And then just on 57, just like the verb tense, believe the upland forest are, or forest is, or forest are, whatever, just so it all kind of matches up. On line 71. When John said he noted they may push back, maybe just say they may, let me see. They may not want to plant a tree that would block their sign.
Instead of pushback.
On line 79.
Which, by the way, they did not mind. That just got adopted, but yeah.
Oh, beautiful. And then, where it says project needs to go to the zoning board and a couple of more meetings, maybe several meetings.
Which line?
79. And I'm just curious, On line 93, is that the right word where you said that the CAC is creating legislation? Is it legislation? Is that the right word? If it is, good. I just was surprised by that word there.
I guess it is. You don't usually think of local governments as really legislating. It's,
Uh-huh. Okay.
we could, but I mean, it is making a law. Um,
That's fine. That's fine.
you
As
could
long-
say proposed code, I guess, if you press
Code changes.
proposed code changes, yeah. Yeah, instead of saying create legislation, we could say proposed code changes. It just sounds a little too formal than what we actually do.
I guess was just like struck by it.
I think that's what the word that was used in the meeting, so I was.
Okay.
I mean, it is, but I don't think we call it that a lot.
And then on 105, she noted this would be a positive addition to their meeting. I don't know, are we talking about our meeting?
Mhm.
So maybe just the meeting, because that almost kind of seems the highway department's meeting. One 11. Maybe just take out or sometimes, but quarterly or sometimes just seems.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I think we can strike out if there, I don't know, if there was a schedule, the engine, I don't know. Is that necessary? If there was a schedule, the agenda would be created. We talked about that. I don't know if it's clear the way that it's written.
Yeah, I'm fine removing that sentence. Yeah. I think the idea of that, but we said it earlier in the minutes, is that they would come at the beginning of the meeting and then leave. Yeah.
Yep. And then, 125. Council also suggested to look at the town code, maybe just say, the council should review the town code regarding tree replacement. And then finally on 132, Jeff, I don't think you made the spreadsheet. I think that Chet made the
Chet did that,
spreadsheet.
yeah.
Did that. That's it. Anybody else? Great. Motion to approve the minutes. Okay, second. Great. All in favor? Excellent. Great. Great. Thank you much. Right.
So I move we install Tony as president.
Oh.
Seconded. Yeah.
All in favor?
All in favor? Any
Yeah,
opposed?
very enthusiastically, I see. Okay, thank you much. All righty, okay, tag, you're in.
Chairperson for 2026.
Okay. All right, and we did
Oh, yeah.
thank, for new business, we did thank John the last time, right?
Yeah, we did.
All right. All righty.
Because we knew he wasn't gonna be here today.
Do you have any new business?
No, I just put you being elected under the new business.
Okay. All right,
Can I ask about something that I didn't hear what happened? There was talk of opportunity to plant a tree in the corner of Knott and Balltown. You asked me to go look at that a couple meetings ago, or asked us to go look at.
Oh, yeah.
There is a great place for it. I don't know whether I don't remember any follow-up about it.
The planning board didn't take that one on. They usually do, but in that particular instance, they didn't.
Okay.
They ended up changing like the parking spots a lot. Well, I'll double check.
I
There-
think you said the nail spot, we were gonna have the nail spot do it, and they,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking like right across from the co-op, right?
The shopping plaza, like I don't know.
Yeah,
what
the
name it is.
Trustco.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, Yeah,
Just because.
I'll double check the planning board resolution, but most of the time they take what we say on that one. They had a lot of complications on that one. I'll double check the resolution, but all of those got pushed to spring. But I'll double check the resolution on that one.
There's an empty tenant in the place, so if it doesn't go through with whatever it was going through when they do the tenant change,
Okay.
we probably.
Because there is a really obvious stump of an old tree that can just, let's put a new tree a couple yards away.
Agreed.
Good opportunity.
Where is that?
It may have gotten written in the
The tree?
resolution.
Yeah, there's the stump.
Like if you walk on that side of the street down Knott Street, between Balltown and their parking lot, I'm sorry, their driveway that exits, there's basically and when I walked home that night, I definitely saw a stump. But like you can see the regular trees all around. There's one that died.
Yeah, usually they just take your recommendations and write them right into the resolution.
That was for the Trustco.
That was for the Tresco, but the Tresco was a particularly challenging approval at the planning board level. Just because it's so tight in there and they were working on trying to rearrange the parking lot and the lanes.
Very tight. Turn there.
There's.
Like they did adopt the nail salon one. They didn't oppose that. They wrote that one right into the resolution. They
There's space for it.
did the last couple ones that
I think
you've
they're
done,
raising
they
another
put them right
one.
in, although a lot of them have to get planted in the spring.
Mhm.
And maybe they did on this one, I just don't really remember.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, so that's good.
I'll check it for you.
All right. Any other new business?
Oh, I have one thing. So we were talking about the code and stuff, and I was looking at the code. And it says that the tree council shall consist of 7 members. And I think we have more than 7.
Yeah, we've traditionally been 9.
And it also says you're supposed to be limited in number of years, but.
You do, I'll have to go back and look at it. I mean, you guys are appointed for 3-year terms. You've been a 9-member board since we can remember, but we want to change the code anyway, so we can make sure that that's consistent.
Mhm.
Yeah, at least 7.
Yeah,
At least 7.
yeah, at least 7. Yeah.
Maybe a no more than. Not that people are banging down the doors to join the tree council.
We do have, we are full, and there was one person who submitted after we became full. So we're the only board that has a waiting list.
All right. Anything else? For new business? All right, we want to look at the project management tool now? Anyone have the opportunity to take a look at that?
So I don't know, Laura.
Oh, no, that's on the action items.
Oh,
Okay.
that's different.
Okay, no, okay, all right.
Well, you could just put it under new business. Yeah.
Problem is I don't know how to show it to everybody without.
Oh, well, here. Wait, let me stop sharing. Can you just do it on the internet?
Well, we can, but you have to be logged in is the problem.
Can you log in as you?
Maybe. I'll give it a try. Okay. This is gonna give me grief.
So it would have been good if I had logged in ahead of time.
Oh, I think I can do this even faster. Yeah.
Oh, no, it does have the landscaping, Jeff.
Say what?
Good,
So in the spring,
great, good work.
They have to plant trees there.
Thanks.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, so this is Discord. So I just kind of was playing around a little bit with this. This is like many sort of communications channels, programs, apps, whatever. There's a website, there's an app. It's pretty easy to manage. And then how it works really is, everyone would have their own account and you can sign up to various Discord servers, they call them. But so this one for the tree council, I just added a
It's very easy.
few channels. So, which are, generally speaking, topics. So it's really aimed more at communications, like when people are like, hey, let's talk about, I don't know, the town code. And then you can put a bunch of stuff, but it's also can serve like as a repository, which I did for town code for files. So I added, various files here that were, part of the town code that had to do with trees. So it's not like it kind of is. It just doesn't look like a sort of like a Google Drive folder sort of situation, although in some ways it acts like that because of these channels that we can have. But there are other resources that are out there. This is just one that is free and pretty easy to use. So that's why I was suggesting it might be one that we could use. So, I was thinking that we could have, if we wanted to, we could have like different channels for like different committees or different projects, so in
That's cool.
So if those channels serve as threads, is that right? Kind of
Yeah.
discussion items of like us talking about when we're going to do the planting and coordinating, we'll all be in one place and kind of see it, and it isn't a long
exactly,
email thread.
yeah.
Is there an option to where, or does it work so that if something gets posted in a channel you're interested in, that you get an email notification? Because as I mentioned, I'm not going to have this open all the time, and so
Right,
then I
right.
wouldn't know if Chet put something on there for me
Right.
to see.
That's a great question. I think that's
So for
right.
example, like I unsubscribed from a lot of the things that, because I was like, this is the group where I'm learning Italian, and this is the group where like various writer groups, etc. Or I play D&D. It's a good place for, your group to plan behind your DM's back. But so if there's something that I want notifications of, I will absolutely get like the little flag that shows up on the icon. I'll get a notification of it. You, I think, can also have things sent to email as
Yeah, I think that's right.
well.
I don't know.
I typically don't do that just because as soon as something hits my email, it's going to be gone forever amid the 8 million other.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you get the little bell for the notification stuff, but it's just a matter of like where it notifies you. Cause like
Okay.
if I log in, sorry, my computer died and I'm just not near an outlet. But like, for example, I don't know if you can, oh no, I did turn off everything. But like, if this channel, from this podcast that I follow doesn't at everyone, I'll get a little one that'll appear next to it or a little dot. But so that might be the notifications within the system itself. But the app will notify me, and then I think you can also set it to have email notifications thereof.
Yeah, I would definitely have to look at that again just to make sure to get you the answer for sure on that. But they do try to make it available so that you can get notified any kind of way, I believe.
Right.
Yeah,
If you put like a spreadsheet of the tree plantings and
Yes.
then
Mhm.
somebody wanted to edit it,
Yeah.
does it do that?
No.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
But you could do a link to a Google Sheet.
Google, you
could.
can
Well,
just
that's
do
it.
a
You can-
link. Yeah,
You
okay.
can also, I think you can pin various things. So if you wanted to pin like a folder in a Google Drive,
Mhm.
that we can all, and then just, put a notification thereof. So yeah, trying to figure out how to get into my notification settings.
Yeah, it looks like there's a way to do notifications outside of Discord.
Well, there's a socket.
Yes, get
Socket at the
notifications
bottom.
outside of Discord. And that's in just my phone. Sorry, I don't have the computer version of stuff, but. Again. I can just Google Discord notifications via email.
Let's assume for the moment that is possible. Just for the moment. But yeah, so anyway,
Sends email notifications to your registered address for missed DMs, mentions, and announcements, all of which you can manage in user settings, notifications, email notifications, allowing you to toggle specific types or unsubscribe entirely from marketing emails via your settings, etc. So yes, you should be able to, when you sign up and use your email address, get it so that it'll let you know. I just turned off those settings so long ago that I don't remember.
and while I recall that while you can use it to leak classified material, you don't have to.
What did you say?
Said while you can use it to leak classified.
I know.
You don't
That's
have
what
to.
like when you sent it to me the first time, I said, "Oh, I think this is the one that's got a bad rap." I don't know.
Well, a lot of like 18-year-old boys use this for
A
gaming.
lot of
too.
gaming. It's a
Yeah.
lot of gaming. My son is on it. Well, because you can also do video calls, you can also do voice calls. So what'll happen is sometimes like if everybody's playing a game together, and this is this wound up in my house during the pandemic. So if everybody was playing a game together, somebody could share what they are doing. And then you'd have other people join in on, the stream of this. We played a lot of like Jackbox or other little like collaborative, trivia type games via this. One person would be sharing their screen and everybody else would be playing in the other app with that.
Oh, okay. He'll come back.
So where do we want to proceed from this? Thank you, Cliff, for setting this up and showing this opportunity to us. What's everyone think?
And I sent a link out to everybody to be able to sign up for
Mhm.
the tree council one. That, again, it's just sort of
Mhm.
draft status, but maybe people would like to check it out and see what they think.
Mhm.
See if it would be beneficial.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I was gonna ask that same question about notification, because it's not like I would be checking it either, so, okay. All right, okay. So,
Our primary objective in getting the tool was, remind me,
Well,
problem we're resolving.
instead of a file like the trees planted this fall, sitting in everybody's email, is that the latest one?
mhm, mhm,
It's going to be here, and
mhm,
then you could go and get the latest
mhm, mhm.
versus the first email, not the second email, not the third email.
And plus it would be like the central repository
Yeah.
for all things tree council. So you could also refer to
Mhm.
anything else we're working on
Mhm.
and it's there.
Rather than having to go download the individual packets and trying to remember
Yeah.
what
Right,
meeting date
exactly.
discussed it at.
And even there, then there's, a seamless, you can do one thread that's, just the monthly meeting packets and have them
Mhm.
referenced there. So I'd be like, oh, rather than trying to sift through all of my stuff to find, last March's something, we can, it's literally just scroll click. And
Yep.
it's all right there.
Yeah, and there's also a search function
Yeah.
too, so.
So walk me through, like, say we're talking about the spreadsheet for the tree planting and, you've made changes and you've made changes. What do you do? Like when you
Right.
work on it, what do you do?
So that's where this kind of fails compared to like a Google Workspace. We would have to refer within Discord to an outside file, but just by like sharing the link. And then, anyone could go access that link and make changes as needed. But it doesn't have like Google Workspace, the ability to.
So, and that link that's there would be the latest? Like, how would you?
Sure. I mean, if the link were a Google Doc or a spreadsheet, it would always be the most recent version. That link, because the link would never change, whatever the content is. That's
It would just
inside
be a
there.
live update
Yeah.
as opposed to making copies of it, sending and then having to go back and be like, is this the latest copy? It would just be that we're all accessing the latest live version.
We do, I don't think I've ever made one, but I'm pretty sure we do have the ability to create a Google Workspace.
For the
Yeah.
tree council?
Does our
Yeah.
website have a Google Drive?
I think so, because we have the Google Professional, whatever it is.
Then yes, you would have access to
Well, I
all
don't
the
actually
same thing we have at work.
What's the Google Workspace?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, if you have a Google account, you automatically have Google space, web information,
Yeah.
web drive.
Docs.
Docs.
Yeah.
So then you can share that folder with whoever you want. And then you could put that file link into this thing and they'll be coming to your Google Air
Was
and getting that file.
is Workspace separate from Google Drive?
Drive is one of the functions of Workspace.
Oh,
Workspace
I
is
think we
all
just
of the
have
whole Google
Workspace
Suite.
then. I
Yeah.
think that's what we have.
So that means you would have Drive also.
Yeah, like we could I can make a drive for tree council and share it.
It seems like there's a hybrid here where we have used the drive for maintaining the latest version and not having multiple floating around with hyperlinks built within this. I think that another advantage besides just like the latest file is it with these channels, it organizes the discussion. So every 6 months, we tree planters are getting together and talking about where are we going to go this time. And so we send out an email and some of us delete it, others of us don't. You can't ever remember kind of what
Mhm.
was there or the template that we used in order to
Mhm.
kind of make the decision. And at this, it would always be, you could always just scroll up and see what did we talk about in August? I don't remember because it's going to be there.
Like the Google Workspace stuff is a good way to organize all of the files. This is a good communication tool around it. So this is okay, apart from the 1 month meeting, there's also, I had this great idea about how to promote the calendar. I'm like, cool, send me your shots and then we'll do that there. Like, this is all of the discussion in the meantime of the short little, rather than a bunch of emails floating around or a bunch of separate texts. It would literally all just be in one space. That's almost like a virtual meeting.
Or I watered the trees at the town park today.
Yeah.
So then Carol can see, oh, I don't have to go for 2 more days. I don't have to go today. I could wait 2 more days and go.
So I could just make a Google Drive that you guys all have access to, and then if you wanted to make documents that you would edit, you'd share them on here.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
that's fine, right?
Yeah, it's just a way to
Yeah.
communicate about what's in the drive. I think that the two of them together would solve a lot of, would streamline a lot of communication for us and information management.
Like one of the things that I was really hopeful about was, with the projects that we're looking at, or the plans that people submit that we're supposed to look at. Like if one of us, and I think we talked a little bit about this at the last meeting, one of us could go out there with our phone, if we have the Discord app on our phone, like take pictures and just load those pictures up to the Discord channel
And
for
then
that
everybody
project,
sees
and then everyone can see them.
Mhm.
And it's just so easy, to like pick 5 photos to add to
Mhm,
this channel.
Mhm. Mhm. Right. Someone would have to manage this though a little bit and organize it though, right? Or no?
See, it's a little bit anarchical in a way. Yeah, one person sets it up, but then
Right.
everybody else
It's
does
very,
their thing.
it's very collaborative. So if it's
Yeah.
something where I'm like, I want, pictures for Instagram and I cannot walk around that much and take pictures of all the different trees in town, but you guys are out, make a little folder of, what are you spotting where, send it to me, and then I can put a bunch of stuff up together or, ideas therefore. So it'd be a way to directly ping me and be like, hey, this is happening. You should tell people for putting it up there. Or if I have something that I want to ask Laura's attention on, can put it into her, stuff. It makes it's like having an asynchronous discussion with one another.
Mhm. Should we try it out over the month?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so
Let's give it 3 months.
I mean, at least so that we can come back and ask questions. I mean, there needs to be
Absolutely.
someone who puts something in there so we get notified, so we have to turn on our notifications. Obviously, I guess I'm gonna have to look
Well, yeah,
a
when you
little bit
set it,
more.
When you set it up, you can choose all of that.
Yeah, I do have this, because Cliff sent it to me before to take a look at, but I didn't really do anything other than open up all the channels and see what was inside. So,
Could I open it up on my laptop and or my phone?
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
Anywhere with internet,
Mhm.
you can
Mhm.
log in and do that. So if I wanted to, not that I would on my school's network, but if I wanted to log into this from my school Chromebook at work, I could absolutely do that. I just prefer to keep it
Mhm.
on my phone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, as we come up with stuff. So like, if we're doing another contest, like, okay, new thread for contest stuff here. And people can throw around ideas or like, hey, what are we gonna do next? We can have different ones for all, like, well, I was gonna say for all the subcommittee, you already had them.
Mhm.
I didn't pay close attention.
Mhm.
It's behind me.
Okay, so someone's gonna try sending some kind of communication. We're gonna see if we get the notification and it works, and so we can ask some questions or whatever. So we'll do some test things around the next few weeks before we meet again, and then we'll have I know I'll have a better sense of asking the right questions and seeing if I feel comfortable with it. And what does everybody think about that?
It's good. And
Send something out,
if Laura, if you could set
tag or at
Google
everyone.
Drive
So
folder
Yeah,
too.
I know how to do that.
you have a little one just showed up by us, and
Mhm.
it's because I tagged everyone. So if you went up to the general part with the little one on it
Mhm. Right.
and click that, you're gonna see what my message says.
So are we all on this?
Or do we have
I
to
have,
join
to-
it?
no,
You
I
have to
still
You
have
gotta
to.
join.
do
You
it.
have to create an account.
The invite.
Or could you move the mouse up to the general?
Because it's invite only, so you can't add anybody without them saying, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Look at that. People are coming in like crazy.
Did tell you Elizabeth was there? I was watching. I really like that.
Amy, are you honeybee?
Yes, but I just changed it so that my name shows within here. Because since I was using it to communicate with people I don't know, I don't like seeing.
How do you change that? I don't know how you do.
Oh,
Here, I'll show you.
he's doing. Oh, well.
So if you go to your profile,
Mhm.
and then. I figure out how I did it.
That's all right. I can. figure
Right,
it out.
yeah. All right.
But I
let's,
was able to edit it.
yeah, let's,
Specifically for this one, so you guys get to know
That's
who I
great.
am, but the greater internet does not.
okay,
Good.
all right,
I have trust issues.
all right. Okay, so we're gonna move on from this for now, and we're gonna test it out, and we'll revisit it in January. Excellent. Thank you, Cliff.
Sure. Laura, you still kind of log me out. On the-
Oh, yeah. Can you?
Log out.
If you went up, there was a profile.
Left. Where it says Rodo, bottom,
Oh, maybe bottom left.
not go to the left more, or maybe. Where your name is on the bottom left.
Bottom line. Oh, and it says I'm online.
What if you go to online? Can you change yourself to offline?
You can.
Well, that doesn't log me out.
Oh, it doesn't log you out.
That's usually where you go.
You go to the gear at
God,
the
you're
bottom.
always in. Where? What?
The gear, that's right
Right
there. Use your settings, you should.
All right. All right, we're gonna,
Yeah, let's move on.
okay, all right, excellent. Thank you.
We can
Thank
leave
you.
it up and then log out before you go, Cliff.
Yeah.
Just, you can just change tab back. Yeah.
You go.
We'll figure it out.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Action items?
Yep, okay, so we're gonna take a peek at the act. I just went through the last few sets of minutes to try to determine some of the things that were left unaddressed. I think the action items, we have them at the end of our packet minutes. Right. everyone see those? Okay, all right. So Laura, do you want to tell everybody else now about we won't be having a highway rep at our meetings? It's.
No, I think we might still, so it is still a little bit up in the air.
Okay.
But what we're trying to do is both have a highway person attend our meetings and have a tree council person attend the highway committee
Mhm.
meeting.
Mhm.
The highway committee, and instead of doing a tree council report at the, like, sort of formal planning committee meeting, we would just have a write-up of what the tree council is doing.
Mhm.
And then the formal, reports, even for Arbor Day and everything, would actually go to highway.
Mhm.
And they were thinking, well, twofold. One, it's good for tree planting because you've got to coordinate with highway, and also community programs is there, so it'll give you more staff to leverage on Arbor Day as well.
Mhm.
But I'll still help too, obviously.
Mhm. Mhm.
I love to help community programs.
So as far as having a highway person at our meeting, was our thought really just to do that during the seasonal period? What do we start, like in April or something, when we start in March? When we start talking about planting, and they would start then and probably all the way, it would have to be monthly, what do you think, through October?
Yeah.
Right?
The November and December meeting.
Pardon?
And yeah, I definitely think so.
Okay.
One of the things the supervisor asked was if the highway is gonna attend regularly, if the tree council would be willing to move its meeting to during the day. So that they can attend more easily, so
Are
there,
there people who can meet during the day for the non-retired folk?
yeah, I know.
In the summer, 2 months, yeah, but the rest of the year I am decidedly occupied.
It's pretty hard for the, I mean, Complete Streets gets away with it somehow, but it's pretty hard for the volunteer boards to do
Mhm.
daytime meetings.
Mhm.
It's okay. She just asked if to consider it. I mean, maybe we could even move it to like 5 instead of 5:30.
What if we let the highway person
Eight.
speak first and then they can
See if they can make it.
skedaddle? Right? They don't need to sit here through an hour and a half meeting.
Right, yeah, so that's what we talked, and also, I think I mentioned this to her, I mean, if like a childcare may be an issue, like they could come remotely. You
Mhm.
guys could talk to them at the beginning, we could just have a highway section at the
Mhm.
beginning, we
Mhm.
could get that stuff going, and then they could pop off.
What time are they, or is their day typically done?
Yeah, their day is like 7 to 3,
Mhm. Yeah, we
so you'd almost have to switch to like a morning meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
frequently, the subcommittee will meet alone. So I wonder if that would even be helpful for, and we usually meet during the afternoon or something. I wonder if that would even work for inviting a highway person just to come when we're talking about the mechanics of like the location where we want to go or whatever. I don't know. What do you think about that? I just want to make it as, friendly and welcoming as possible, so perhaps we can get more trees in the ground. You know,
That seems like a good proposal. I mean,
say what?
that seems like a good proposal because like there's things that we discuss here that are not really all highway
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oriented, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
during our monthly meetings.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you guys
Mhm.
have like the tree committee, planting committee is meeting at some point during the day.
You haven't set that as a standing thing with a set time,
Mm-hmm.
and so could think about doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd wanna do it as a standing set time, if that was gonna be where you would want the employee to attend.
Mm-hmm.
But like, Chet said, I mean, we could ask and see what they're most comfortable with too, and if they're really like, can't do night times,
Right.
then you could think about doing like a standing,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, as far as with the action items, I thought it would probably be a good idea if someone took the responsibility for an items, just so that's, you know, continuing to be in their, consciousness. So does anybody want to just say that they're at least the person who's responsible for that, or, and it doesn't really mean you're doing the work. It's just that
You're following up.
you're following up, making sure, we still haven't, decided on such and such, let's, firm up if we're going to meet with them during the day, we're going to meet with them in the evening, whatever.
Yeah, I'm a little fuzzy on this. This is strictly highway? Or-
Well, we're talking about action item. We're talking, do you see the list of the action items at the end of the, minutes?
Yes, you're looking at the right thing.
Yeah, all right.
Mhm.
So these are 6 or 7 different action items and right,
This, right now, we're talking about the highway representative at
Right,
our meetings.
right.
Right.
so you want a person to do
Well, just to be responsible for that item. So
for that one item or
for that
for
one
the whole
item,
list?
One
One-
for that one item,
Member.
right?
Oh, member responsible?
Would you do it?
Sure.
Okay, great.
That's
Right,
fine.
because I mean, you really seem to be the person who's got a good relationship and kind of into that anyway, so that's.
I don't know how that ever can. This has all been, this is
No, because
the more you tell this story, the better.
and all of a sudden we get this, so we get that, you
You're
go
the
out, you
Ray
take pictures
whisperer.
of them, you have a good relationship with them.
So now all of a sudden, we're spending holidays together.
Several times. Maybe that would even be more helpful.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Good idea, Jen.
You're following up with them on the internet, finding that article with him and Fox.
So John Gray, this is a quickie. John Gray, the reporter on Channel 10, put a Facebook post out and he ran into Ray Smith. And there's a picture of John Gray with Ray Smith.
Yeah, I
and-
saw that.
Because John Gray thanked the plow drivers and somehow these two happened to meet and then all of a sudden Ray's on Facebook. So
It was nice though.
it was great. It was
Yeah.
great.
was very sweet.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, so we'll just kind of talk more about that, about firming up the whole process and.
Okay.
And here's our council rep that we've been talking about, and how do we get this town council person to be invited to our meetings and,
So I think it's actually reversed right now, rather than them coming here, we would go to their meeting. So Bill McPartlin is the highway
Oh.
committee meeting, and he's asking that the tree council attend the highway committee meeting.
okay, all right.
That's
Okay,
it,
so that,
and
so,
that's the
so,
8
that-
a.m.
so,
There was a discussion last time about
Right.
a Chook or somebody
Yes,
coming
right.
regularly to ours.
Yeah, we could still ask, we could still ask, but the way the government here usually works is that you go to them.
Mhm.
Didn't we used to have a liaison?
We've always had a liaison. They've never come to the tree council meeting though.
That's not much of a liaison.
No.
So
no.
the liaison has usually been like my committee chair, John Delarada, who he says, oh, like if we say there's not enough money in the budget, then he would push on the comptroller to put more money in the budget, even though he didn't attend, because we would report to his committee meeting. But they're actually saying, okay, there's a lot of stuff in planning. So they're trying to maybe not have that be so overwhelming for one person, and then put tree council and highway and complete streets and police. And then so you guys would actually report directly to highway.
So I can understand a council person not choosing to once a month or even quarterly come to
Mhm.
us, but could we quarterly have a meeting, somebody have a meeting with our liaison so that we can say, we don't have enough money in the budget. We're not getting support to plant trees. We
Mhm.
need to get the sign up, or, those kinds of things. That's different from,
Right.
let's go to the highway department and listen to what they're talking about.
Well,
Great.
I think the idea is that you'd also have an item where you could say those things at that meeting. It
To the
wouldn't
highway department.
Yeah.
And will there be a supervisor there?
The town supervisor and the liaison would be at those monthly meetings.
Because some of the things that come up might not be relevant to the highway. department.
Right, that's true. Yeah, no, but I think
Yeah.
you can also do, I mean, they're pretty open. You could also do a quarterly meeting. I mean, Ashok loves trees so much, you could probably invite him and he'd probably come, but he may easily overcommit himself as well.
Right. All right, so,
Who's the highway rep?
Bill McPartlin, but Bill's pretty open to meeting.
He's been showing up a lot more in the town hall and talking to different departments.
mhm. Mhm. All right. This, I think, is gonna get a question mark then for now, right?
Do we want to see how the committee meetings work? And then if we feel like we still need more contact, we would do the,
Mhm. All right. Okay. All right, we've talked before about trying to get a student representative at our meetings.
I can help.
Okay.
So I'll just reach out to the science department
Actually,
members, or if there's an eco teacher or something, I will.
well,
Yeah.
there is somebody we've been, what's up?
it
What
has
was
to
it?
be, they have to be Niskayuna residents, the student reps. So.
No, I know, I'd be,
Yeah,
I wouldn't be at my school.
Just checking.
Honestly, and if I can't find somebody, I will just simply drag my child.
But there, who came to, what was
Yeah, who was the teacher who came?
teacher who came to our
Oh,
meeting?
yeah, Mr. Peters.
Peters.
Yeah, Michael Peters.
Do
Yeah.
you have his
Yeah.
email address? If you would
But
just
there's-
send me that.
There is a environmental science AP teacher too.
I will do stuff.
It is really nice to have a student rep.
Excellent, yes, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
Given that their project is to design a tree planting plan.
You think you'd be able to get one?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of this, especially like I was been thinking about, I know that this is a little aside, but an email quite a while ago, it's lost in my email box. You had remarked after Chet made the spreadsheet of the trees that were planted and how they were much smaller trees and they don't really support a lot of biodiversity, and that really should be a concern that we would have. So, I mean, I think that that's something we should probably talk about in the future, about the trees that we offer and maybe with the students, with their planting trees, maybe, create guilds or something where you have like a keystone species and some, shrubs and some other, natives or, I mean, there's a lot of things I think that we could probably work with them, but I think that's a key point. I'd like to make sure that we keep that in mind. Maybe not have so many options for the residents for the tree selection and really kind of think about what it's doing to the overall, forest canopy. All right, okay, all right, so thank you, Amy, for that. All right, I have a letter that I sent to Linda and, Laura, to the residents and just thanking them for submitting, requests and that we were overwhelmed with requests and we weren't able to, get to everyone, but they will be on the list and we'll be in touch in the spring. And I think there were 10 or 11 residents, so that's gonna be perfect. And then we can start focusing on what we'll do for the fall. Okay. Right. Tree City signs are not gonna get up until.
They're in highway now.
I know. Oh, that was the letter. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a look at it and see if it's.
It's good. I like it a lot. We'll just put it on our letterhead,
Mhm.
get the addresses and send it out.
Does anybody have anything they want to add or? I've made sure to tell them we cannot plant it where their other tree was since we
It
had
happens a
some
lot.
issues. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
People really want it back in the exact same
And there was
spot.
that one resident who refused the tree because they wouldn't put it in the same exact spot. So too bad. Okay, so the signs. I guess that's it.
I mean, if I can be on the signs,
Okay.
just have to Send them out.
They're just so beautiful. I just wish that they could be up there. I mean, they're,
So proud of
they're,
them too.
and like that beautiful, get that one in the ground too, this school. and
I'll have to work
at
on
it.
multiple signs.
All right, thank you, Laura. One of the things that I saw appeared in the minutes a couple times was, and I think that Margaret suggested this a long time ago, is that with the developers, that it was better to have like a checklist and let them know up front rather than have them submit a plan and then we pick it apart and
So
that-
Margaret wants to do that?
I just wanted to credit you with a fabulous idea, that's all. Oh, gosh. So I'm sure that that's gonna take a lot of discussion on our part, but thank you thank you very much, Margaret.
She made up that other story.
Doesn't everybody remember Margaret saying that? Yes.
But so a question about that, I mean, couldn't we have
Shit
a,
now.
like, without going into too much detail for folks, but saying, here's a list, or here's the place to find the list of native species, and maybe you just have like guiding principles for them, like don't plant the same tree over and over and over. Try to get some diversity there. Don't plant these species.
Right, and I think that that's what
That-
Margaret was
that-
talking about, right?
Yeah.
List, yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I think
right.
it came from you going to the training like in Syracuse or somewhere, and they were saying that you have to tell them up front what the
Right.
costs are gonna be.
And then they're okay with it.
And
Yes.
Right.
But
Yes.
We're
tell them
okay
at
with
the
it.
end, and then they-
then they get
They're
super
like, fine.
frustrated. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, that was part of the replacement.
That was part of
Discussion,
the
right.
replacement discussion.
Mm-hmm.
It evolved.
Which is a slightly
Then I
different.
came up with a list of trees.
Mhm.
There is a list
Right.
like that you mentioned, these are the, but we haven't ever given that up front.
Mm-hmm.
We go through once, they put out a plan, we go through it and say, yes, no, yes, no.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if we had it up front, could give it to them, these are recommended trees,
Right.
pick from. They're all native, they're keystones, they're
Jonathan said we
grow
could,
well in the moist, these are
Right.
more dry.
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
Jonathan said we could have a secret list on the website. It's not open to the public, but here's a link to the backside of the website. And that way we can maintain the website with the information as things change.
Why wouldn't it be public?
Well, it depends on how we want to set it up.
I think that I think that was about, we were having this conversation about the trees that are available for planting versus if someone just contacted the tree council and said, I want to plant some trees, what a good suggestion. So to have a list of that available, but the availability for the resident planting has to be private.
Yeah.
Because you don't want, I don't know. I think that was the distinction between
Okay, that's true.
between the two. Mhm. But.
Because we might say to a developer, you can pick any one of these 50 trees,
Mhm.
but we can't get those for our tree planting. So we're only giving
Yeah.
residents a choice of like 5 or 10 or something
Mhm.
like that.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
having both of those as hyperlinks, somebody would say, well, wait, I'd love this
Mhm. Mhm.
thing that we can't get.
Mhm. Mhm.
Or dogwood tree that costs $500 to
Right.
everyone. requests.
Right,
Yeah.
right. All right, excellent. Okay, just a couple left. We talked a couple times about additional town recognitions like that we did with Market 32 and Rivers Ledge was suggested and also GE Vernova. So I don't know what the process is for that and if we still support doing that or
I can volunteer Carol for that because she's not here. She's actually really good at that stuff. I think it was her idea.
Must have some language somewhere.
Yeah,
It's
because
just-
we did, Market
Have a
32.
standard,
Yeah.
certificate that we can fill in the blanks and
We made one,
I mean, it's a tremendous photo op for social media.
but we bring them to the town board
Yeah.
like we did
Mhm.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
I think Market 32 really liked that.
Yes, yes.
So now I'm wondering, when I look at this agenda and you've got Hannaford And if I'm reading this right, it says they want to spruce up there.
Oh, we're gonna make them.
Oh, you're gonna make them?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought they were volunteering. I thought that they were saying, hey, you saw that Market 32, got recognition. We want to get some too. Okay,
It should be that way.
okay.
They're doing an interior modification
Couple $1 million.
with a little bit of exterior stuff. So since they're touching, our new action is now you're planting.
No, it's
It's
reasonable.
actually how we got the Market 32 Plaza where it is. Like, there was, I don't know if you guys remember, but it had a ton of elms and they were all dead. And Melissa McKinnon used to complain, but we didn't have a lot of leverage. So like Starbucks had to come in for signs, and we had Starbucks replace all their trees. Then, I think Chase Bank came in and we had them do all the trees along the thing. And then Market 32 came and we had them replace all of their dead trees. So, yeah.
So,
They did struggle a little during the heat, but I think they've made them still look pretty good.
Now, if the town recognition is going to be a standard that we continue to look at, do you think it's possible that the town springs for like something that we can hang in the lobby downstairs, and each time someone gets a recognition, they get a little plate that goes on so people can come in to the town hall and actually see that there are businesses that kind of support the beauty of, say what? Okay, all right.
That's great.
Create the competition.
Right,
Then-
right.
It'll be dying. to plant trees.
Yeah.
No kidding, absolutely. Hey, yes, wow, that's right. Oh, gosh.
They do pay attention to that stuff. And company, right?
But,
Businesses do.
but why not, right?
Yeah.
you can have a
Perfect.
tree council board or something, Niski Tree Council, and on there you've got the little, and again, I'm thinking of the little, I don't want to go overboard engraving, the
Yeah, they
little,
do.
Yes.
That's what they do.
so Market 32 and
2025.
and, Rivers Ledge. and then-
2026.
Yeah, so,
Tree heroes.
but it's also promoting the tree
Right,
council.
right,
Yeah.
absolutely, yes,
Promoting the
yes,
tree council.
yes,
That were,
Tree
excellent.
rose. Then maybe add that.
And it's like really positively trying to keep our public spaces that aren't owned by the town treed.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
We can't plant trees there.
Right.
Well, even the school district added a bunch of plantings on their property.
Well, that's why it would be great if we had student reps involved, and then maybe they would have some sway in getting some plantings at some of the campuses that we don't have the ability to do anything. Yeah.
Go back on that. Are we looking for just one rep or are we looking for two reps?
We're only allowed one
We're
by
only
the town
allowed one?
board. Yeah.
I was like, we get a couple, just like take turns.
Mhm.
Alright. So. I'll make
Excellent.
That to myself, Carol.
All right, the elm trees that they're,
They are supposedly coming this spring because I did
Right.
get a hold of them. They did say they had them.
correct.
So,
So we need to figure out where we're gonna put them.
yeah, and we had talked about maybe working with Mr. Peters to be that I mean, because they're bare root, so they are bare, but they're bare roots, so they're a lot easier to plant.
Mhm.
And they gotta get planted quick.
So does somebody want to take responsibility for keeping the elm trees in our consciousness here?
Like, what do you have to do?
Mostly just ping Laura and make sure the trees. And then, and then make sure that we know where we wanna plant them. Yeah, planting plan.
how many are there?
There's like 32 or something like that.
And so how
Probably
big are
starting
they
in
gonna
March.
be? So Bear Roots is like,
She said they still haven't, because they moved locations, so they just don't, they're just not growing as fast as they used to, I guess, but they're like 4 or 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know if you saw the ones that were planted. So the ones we planted in Blatnick Park, I think were basically the biggest. They're gonna be more like the ones we planted in Aqueduct Park. They're like this tall.
They're gonna need stakes.
Yeah, they need stakes.
Another thing that we talked about doing them with is seeing if we could provide them to the CVS or Trusco or something like that to try to get some more trees along the.
Yes,
Balkans corridor.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Should add that as a, do you want to add the CBS
You
in
can
here
put
as
me
an
down
action
there as
item?
action as the member responsible for that action item.
You will
For getting.
for the
safety
CES? I
plantings.
think that would be
Didn't we talk
fabulous.
about the front of the school too?
Well,
But
we
but the
tried,
school
yeah, 'cause-
Doesn't want to do that, or the superintendent?
Mr. Peters has come and that was one of the places that they chose. But yeah, the school ended up not wanting that because it interfered with the sight line to the school or something like.
Although there's that whole hill there that's got nothing, like right after the,
Parking.
even before, just before the parking lot, if you're coming from Trusco
There's
Bank.
so many places you could put a
It's,
tree,
oh, I know. Every
But they
time I-
need to be on town land, not on school.
unless we get a student
There is a
representative to
median
donate the
along
tree.
Balltown.
Mhm.
There is a median on the sidewalk that goes alongside the athletic fields
Yeah.
and the hill.
Really use trees.
Don't we own the median?
The state owns the median.
Um,
It's probably actually easier to get them planted than. Well, we could ask. I've never actually tried to get trees planted in the state right away.
That would be awesome to have a bunch of.
Well, 2026 is a new year.
Yeah. I like the state people. I know you could
Yeah.
really use some trees there.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
really nice.
agreed.
The area that the state owns is very small though. Assuming that it's from the road to the sidewalk and then from the sidewalk in is the school district.
Folsom Road's a pretty big right of way. It may actually even still be state between the sidewalk and the fence, but not 100% sure. It would be better if the end of the right of way was the edge of the sidewalk because then you could work school to get, because it is more. I know that people don't like to plant trees right next to their giant fences, but
I think they have some down farther,
they
like
do have a
towards
couple.
the,
Yeah,
as
And
you
they
go,
have plaques on them too, so they,
they do.
if, when you drive by those ones that are just a little bit past the high school, you can see there's like some plaques down at the bottom, so I mean, we should um, see who was honored with those trees and maybe kind of work on that. Okay, all right,
It's
excellent,
getting late.
fabulous. Okay, all right, good. Any other thoughts on action items that should be added?
'Cause this one is on this side, isn't it? Oh, it's on
I
the
think it's
inside.
farther down here, down here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's just inside, but it's on the field side.
High school is famous for just mowing things down, so you gotta.
Put gigantic stakes around them.
All of that.
And a lot of mulch, right? So that it's really obvious that they don't, and who mows that? The highway department?
High school.
Oh, you mean up in the high school property? Oh, okay. I thought you meant the stuff on the.
Talking about, right?
You could try putting trees down the path from the soccer fields to the bike path again.
Oh, yes, that would be nice. Yes, maybe some elm trees could go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be very
It's
nice.
very dry. We did try planting trees there before and they died.
Oh, because there's no,
It's
is there no,
very
there's
dry.
no water source there?
There wasn't, no.
What's in the, I'll have to check that out. That's a nice idea.
Yeah, we got all the disease resistant chestnuts and planted a line of them there.
I thought they were mowed before they dried out. But
No,
it could be.
I think they died first and then they got mowed.
Oh. Okay, excellent. All right, thanks, folks. All right, so I guess we're on to discussion items.
Okay, so we talked about this one at the last, tree council meeting. Well, we didn't have the landscaping plan yet. Now we do. At the end of the old Niskuna Town Hall's parking lot here, there's these two existing trees. And he's planning to put the dumpster right in here. And then he's planning to make it look something like that. And, so here's his landscaping plan. He's keeping the two existing trees. That's these guys. Then he's planting a yew shrub hedge line, a hydrangea Amanda Villa, and boxwood. But he's not particularly tied to any species, so he said if we have suggestions, he's happy to modify. Yeah, and here's examples of the plants that he was proposing.
It's the one that we talked about at the last meeting.
Well, we didn't have the
We did talk
landscaping
about
plan.
it.
Yeah, we did talk about it, but we didn't have the landscaping plan yet.
And I thought the goal was to hide the dumpster,
Correct.
Well,
That is
I
the
don't-
goal.
but his idea really hides the dumpster, some low boxwoods and.
Yeah,
and-
the use, I guess, get
It says here 4 to
5.
5.
4 to 5 feet.
You can grow, like, it's one of those ones that'll stay that low if you trim it that low, but
Yeah.
it'll go up higher.
Why not arborvitae or something native? That would really.
Is it native?
Taller, yes.
Well, there you go.
They're tall and native.
The birds like the arborvitae's, right? Yeah, but deer eat them, but I don't know how many deer we have in on Mosquito. Do we have a lot?
Is the empty, you know, the pickup of the garbage going to be coming from the parking lot?
Yeah, not from the end of Buxton.
What would
It'll
be
be
good
coming.
instead? So can't really block that then.
No, this won't block it. So this would go like the little U shape would go behind the dumpster and the parking lot's on this side. So this is actually shielding the look of the dumpster to Balltown Road. So like if you were at the intersection of Balltown and Van Antwerp there and you were looking down Buxton, there's like two houses. You would see hopefully the line of your arborvitae. when it's such a-
I agree, like dumpsters are like 5 feet tall, 6 feet tall, aren't they? And I don't know what kind of dumpster this.
It's a smaller
The
dumpster.
existing one is like 4 or 5 feet. It's
Yeah.
smaller.
It's smaller. Because he's actually gonna roll it
It's a
out.
roll off.
Yeah,
It's not a dumpster.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that the truck picks up and goes like that.
Okay, yep.
That big, not,
That's what he calls it, is a roll-up.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the term.
I didn't know why you're saying that, but that is what he calls it.
He's probably installing a 6-foot fence.
He is, yeah, he is.
So Margaret had some suggestions.
Well, no, the boxwood, the state doesn't recommend planting boxwood. There's an invasive moth that's killing them.
Yeah, I thought that we
Mhm.
had asked him to switch from boxwood ones. So you to arborvitae. Boxwood to,
They have, I can't remember what they recommend instead, but it looks similar. I can find that out.
okay,
I saw a talk once.
any problems with the topia or hydrangea?
Dogwood would be better.
I don't think, oh, a dogwood?
Would Be better.
Should we change that?
Hydrangeas are not native. They don't even
Mhm.
have pollen or anything of interest. Sterile.
Yeah, the smaller dogwood may be the
Ilex
Yeah,
glabra.
holly would be good, yes.
inkberry holly.
Instead of the boxwood.
And then, do
See,
they,
that's where this checklist. is.
yeah, I know.
Would be really-
I mean,
But I mean, it would be really helpful, like these are the shrubbery.
you probably would have picked them ahead of time if you thought,
Correct.
yeah.
Correct. I
And
mean,
then,
these are just things that people just like know in their everyday
yeah,
life, I think.
it's true.
Mhm.
Does anybody know about the mandevilla? I don't know.
Yeah,
anything
I don't
about
think that that's native either.
I've never, I mean,
That's that viney thing with the, like the trumpety flowers, but I don't think that it's, I don't,
I never heard of it.
sort of looks like a daylily in his picture.
Oh, that might be the one. Those are, if I'm remembering right. There is a vine that's pretty native and it might be that one, but they're aggressive growers.
Yeah, clematis, I think, is the.
That's not the one I'm thinking of though.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a
aggressive.
few trumpet vines that seem to take over things.
see, mandevilla is subtropical.
Yeah, I don't think that this is a native.
There are a lot of native vines, certainly, that could be,
Even if they are aggressive.
Oh, yeah, it is.
pardon me,
Mandeville is
even if they are
tropical.
aggressive.
Trying to get it to grow on the fence, because otherwise, why would you plant a vine there? I'm just out of random. It sort of looked like it's supposed to be here.
This,
What is he planting it on to?
yeah.
I think that's supposed to be like the flowering perennial, though. I don't know why you'd plant a vine.
Something.
Oh, there's one just called trumpet vine.
Well, we did ask Rivers Ledge to switch to like black-eyed Susans and salvias and
Always like grasses.
And Little Blue Stem.
Blue stem, that can be in the recommendation.
I mean, and the neat
Always
thing
put
about
Little Blue Stem.
Little
in your
Blue Stem is
recommendation.
it's quite tall too. It's so pretty.
Actually, for that matter, yeah, that's something like Indian grass or big blue stem would be really, would actually be a far better.
If we're looking for, sorry, I just
Mhm.
looking up, what I thought it was, an answer for the mandevilla, instead of using that, because those can be actually really aggressive. And so can like the orange flower, like the trumpet creeper vine, which are naturalized here, but shouldn't be. What about like honeysuckles? We've got a few-
Honeysuckles?
A lot of those are nasty.
Yeah,
Really?
Mhm.
there is a
I like-
native honeysuckle, but it's.
Oh, there's some,
hard to find.
I was gonna say there are some native honeysuckles. I didn't know if we don't. If we
I like the grass, because the grasses you can leave in the winter time too.
They're pretty. They
Yes.
block a lot.
Yes.
So, okay, so we'll go yew to arborvitae, boxwood to inkberry holly, hydrangeas to dogwood, and mandevilla to a blue stem.
But otherwise, it's planted
Yeah.
great.
Perfect.
Pine bark mulch.
He won't mind. I actually don't think he'll mind.
Everything else has gotta go.
Yeah. Okay, and then for Hannaford, we talked about this a little bit. They are doing a refresh. You guys just very recently looked at the nail salon change up where you recommended to put a tree over here, which was accepted by the owner, the applicant. But, and I can't remember, I think John did the site walk. I don't know that he checked over here because we knew that we were supposed to be over here, but Hannaford, it's a couple $1 million renovation. They're coming to the planning board because of some color and color changes they're making to the facade. So yeah, I think we should honestly just check this whole entire, I mean, it might be hard now. We could put our normal note that in the spring they'll have to do a site walk with us, which is like what they did with the Tresco, for like the general note in the spring. So we just hold the final building permit release until they get approval from the tree council. But if there's something obvious or some big spots that are missing, I'd say let's look at this whole triangle now because Hannaford basically.
Can we adopt some parking spaces? Like, could there be some medians put into that big
Oh, we
blank
could ask
spot?
them, like especially down like in this area,
I
right?
mean, every place around here, I just drove past the what used to be the Taft and is now the Raymore Flanagan, you know, we
Too much parking.
have parking lots.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mohawk Commons is that way too, but so how, is there any day of the year when they use all the parking spaces other than Thanksgiving? I doubt it.
They pile up snow, I know, when they plow.
They do pile up snow.
They, you know, like Freedom Mountain.
All the ones along Console Road are not usable because of snow.
Well, let's ask, because I think the more parking lot spaces we can convert, all of this
We
area
put in
down
some
here,
little islands that have a tree.
lot of cars there, cause I go there.
do they have a lot of cars?
They have a lot of what?
I mean, they do get a lot of cars there, you know. I'm
Never more
looking
than
at, like,
that.
All the cars,
Right?
it's like,
Yeah, I've
okay,
seen more
people
than that
don't,
too.
people don't want to, you know, necessarily always park right next to another car, so they leave a
Yeah.
space and, you know, it's kind of like what you're seeing here.
You have to check the ratio.
But but you know, if you have a tree, I always try to park underneath the
Yeah, so
tree.
do I.
No, that's true.
I mean, I feel like you have some opportunity maybe
Right, yeah.
here.
Islands of
Yeah.
trees.
Where is here, Laura?
Like right at the end, right? Because they have them here, but they don't have them on this side. And actually a lot of parking lots would
Parking
have them on
spots out
that
of the
side.
bottom.
Or you could do something where you like carved out some here and did a bigger kind of green space,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Just like Market 32 has the islands at the bottom of the,
There's green
Line.
space.
to make it
Parking lot.
the
and
bottom being a road more than.
Broad view. What about that spot for a tree or two? Right there, yeah, right up in there, that grass
This one.
patch
Let's do
right
it.
up in there by the walkway.
Yeah, I would think that would still be probably a Hannaford conversation. Yeah. Yeah. In
That
these
right in
areas.
there, yeah,
Mhm.
that seems ripe for some trees.
Even easier.
Is that the blue line is all their property?
That's the problem.
Yes. We try to keep it sort of in front of the store that we're working with because they tend to not actually be the owner of the plaza. is definitely true of the nail salon. But I think that this would still count for Hannaford.
Mhm,
We just
Sure.
probably wouldn't go over like here.
mhm.
Right.
Okay. So I'll put in the planning board agenda statement exploring if they can add or remove some parking spots and add more green islands. And then increase the tree plantings along the back of Stewart's and like,
Yeah.
what is
Broadview now?
Broadview.
Broadview.
They just redid all the sidewalk in front of there. They dug up perfectly good sidewalk in front of the, like where the nail salon is and over to Hannaford and put in a new sidewalk.
wonder if they did some utility work that we should see.
There's only.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was so, seemed like so useless because.
I mean, sidewalks super expensive. My guess is that there was something underneath it that you didn't know. Definitely not. Just the sidewalk.
It was just
I wonder,
done in like 3 or 4 days.
so well, actually sometimes, it is off topic, but sometimes that's because it's an ADA issue. So if the cross slope, it may have looked okay, but if the cross slope didn't meet ADA guidelines, a lot of sidewalks are almost there, but not quite. And if they had an ADA audit or something, they may have had to make them more. The cross slope is a big deal on an ADA side, on an ADA.
Where they enter in, what do you mean by cross slope?
It's just the, like, the sort of like, the panels themselves can't have a certain tilt on them.
Yeah.
So-
Really hard for.
Especially if,
wheelchair users.
right, especially if they're not the same, right? So they have to have them be, yeah, and they can't, it's actually really small cross slope that's allowed. For, Thank- is, if you're pushing the wheelchair and it,
Amazing, we got away with it so long as we did it at the co-op plaza.
yeah,
That was ridiculous.
yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Well, those are great steps over there. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, you used to be able, I mean, we actually had problems with cars hitting the building before too. It happened a couple times. Cause there's nothing that stopped them. Yeah. Okay, so that's the 2 planning projects I had. I didn't have any updates on the other ones, so I'll just bring, if I get more updates, I'll bring them back in January.
Mhm.
Okay.
Going on with the calendar.
So pretty easy year for getting the second Thursday of the month. I think there's only one that is the third.
Mhm.
So as long as that still works for everybody, at least for now, this has been one of the easiest scheduling years that we've had so far. And I just put it at 5:30. If for some reason we have to change the time, we can do it later. But if you guys are okay with those, then I'll put them all on the website and everything for now.
What about these, the goals? You've got the 2025 goals were passed around. When do we do 2026?
Starting
No.
now to
Yeah.
January.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and oftentimes I think that we create these goals and then they just kind of sit around and they don't really get a lot of attention. So perhaps when we are thinking about 2026 goals, we'll kind of approach them in a different way to make sure that we, really are able to meet them and maybe have them on the agenda or whatever, or different ones on the agenda, or different people taking responsibility for certain goals or whatever, but,
You
so.
guys pursued the 40+ tree goal pretty hard this year, though, like the hardest I've ever seen you guys pursue it.
And we thought we were gonna be able to make it.
It was close. I mean, you were really pushing for it.
Well, I mean, it wasn't from the lack of not having residents and all that. I mean, it was,
You-
just a resource.
So that brings up a question, the town budget.
Yes.
Same this year as it was last year.
For
we
the
had-
council, for the tree council? Because I thought we might have taken a hit in the budget, where they cut some of our planting.
Mm.
So,
I checked that not very long before the final adoption and it was the same.
okay,
But I haven't checked the and I hadn't heard about it being changed. It's actually still smaller than it used to be though, because it got cut during COVID,
Yeah.
so it hasn't gone back to its pre-COVID levels.
so let's say the number is 3,000, 4,000, whatever the number is, it's somewhere in that ballpark, right?
So it's 3,000 for replacement trees, I think about that, and 3,000 for new trees, so it ends up being like 6,000, something like that.
Okay.
Like we
Replacement
were
trees and
in
new
budget
trees.
and we could have gotten the 40, like we priced them out. We
Yeah.
could have gotten the 40 with the budget that we
So
had.
that's my next question. In that 6,000, how many trees can we afford to buy at $6,000? Are there $200 a piece? Or there 300 or, and I know, I guess.
Depends,
it
like
depends on what
people
the-
like the dogwoods and they're like $500.
Well, and I think that's something that we probably just need to talk about. I mean, what the selection is that we offer and what's the best for the environment and what's the, I don't know.
The last planting effort over here, it seemed when I drove by, it seemed like the trees were a little smaller than I knew.
They are,
Okay.
that's how I was able to stay in the budget. I got
Ah, okay,
smaller ones.
okay. So
Yeah.
see, you got me used to seeing those 12-footers go in on Hedgewood and other places, and now I'm just used to that. So when I drove by, I was like, whoa, that tree's kind of small.
Well, Margaret convinced us that
Small trees are better.
smaller trees
Okay,
would
okay.
have a better,
And-
better survival
Okay.
rate than a larger one.
And I realized they cost a lot less than
A
a
lot
12-footer.
less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
The girl catch up then.
it will.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how we were able to stay in the budget. It was funny because sometimes they didn't have small versions of the trees. So there were a couple of them that were pretty big, but most of them were smaller to save
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it stayed the same.
Okay.
Okay, good. Because the year before they cut it because we didn't meet our goal. And this year we would have met our goal, but we were again, had a resource issue, so hopefully.
Out of the 30, this group,
I know,
12 out of.
I know.
I mean.
In the rain. This is how we convinced Cliff to join us.
Yeah.
And I think
Mhm.
that we could do that in 2026.
Mhm.
And maybe, increase that number, especially if we get some Husky students involved in digging holes. I ran across something on Facebook, Capital Roots, ROOTS.
Mhm.
And a couple months back, they had some pictures up there of kids from Troy and Lansingburg planting trees in those two communities.
Mhm.
And why can't we do that here? So, I mean, again, with some, and or mentioned that there's a teacher that she knows that has shown interest in this and
Mhm.
getting his class involved.
Mhm.
Yeah, they like sycamores.
Well, we can plant sycamores.
Yeah, sycamores are nice.
So his name is Michael Peter.
Yeah.
Sure.
But see, that's where our liaison would be really very helpful to help us navigate that space between how the highway department, it's their work. So, with the volunteers or paying someone else to plant that, that's,
Well, I
that
think
that person would have have sway where we virtually don't.
I think Carol's idea about the Niski Community Foundation.
But didn't you think that was special though, wasn't that?
We did. That was because it was
That
the
was-
30-year.
That's not an annual thing, I don't think.
Why can't we make it an annual thing?
Well, it's because it's their organization, not, oh, you mean, why can't
do
we have an annual? I think that maybe we should make that as a goal then for next year.
Yeah.
Or
So it's
something
a
that-
Tree Council
Right.
Community Day. It's not a Niski Foundation thing.
Well, that's how we would have to do it because I think that was a special anniversary. Yeah, but we could. Yeah.
But they got a lot of mileage out of it.
Yep.
And so did we, with some trees in the ground, with of course our.
But in the parks, right? Because Ray wouldn't be able to let volunteers plant street trees.
Right, I
do
Right.
think there is something about that,
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah,
It has to be in, which is great.
we have plenty of,
Plenty of
plenty
park
of,
space.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they were smaller and he bought them and picked them up and brought them to us, but we planted them.
Could plant CVS sixes.
Yes, I would love to have that.
Whoa.
Somebody's had.
Oh.
Like all of that.
One on the other one, that one, there, yeah.
Many moons ago, I lived in Falls Church, Virginia, and I was on a tree council there. And it was like a tree planting day. And we got like 30 volunteers or so, but we planted in people's yards too. I mean, it was a mix of like the street
Saratoga
trees
does it
with-
too.
Yeah.
They have a tree toga day and Arbor Day. And they
Yeah.
plant
Okay.
40 trees a year with volunteers.
Yep, yeah, it was all
But they have
volunteer.
the approval of the highway department
Mhm.
and the planning. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I was asking. We're still not there.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But other communities certainly are.
Yes.
And
That
it
could be
benefits.
cool. Yeah.
They plant bare roots where one
Mhm.
person can
Right.
hold them and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they're not the ball and burlap that you need raised equipment for.
We have been okay with bear roots.
Yeah.
They really have been
Okay.
fine.
And they're $100 a piece more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just thought that the Niski Community Foundation Day of Service and the tree planting, I know it was in the rain, but that was,
Great.
we got,
It was
we did
better
a
in the rain
It
than
was
trying to
better
do
in
it
the
when it was
rain.
all dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does our tree farm offer
We
bear
didn't
root?
have to worry about watering them for a little while.
Does our tree farm offer bear root?
No, I don't think so. But aren't you working with Nick anyway to do that Sunday? Yeah.
So if we got the elms, we could put them in our gravel bed and keep them
If they were too small. Yeah.
Excellent
until you
idea.
want to use them.
Mhm.
No, you can store them.
Mhm.
In the gravel beds with the water. Yeah, that's cool. But they'll be like 4 or 5 feet
Yeah,
tall.
perfect.
Yeah. That's okay for those gravel beds. Well, that's good because maybe it'd be really hard to plant like 30, so we could
Right.
Mhm.
do like 10
They
at a
want
time.
to set up one for the big bear, like, you know, the 6-foot bear roots, but
Mhm.
we didn't have what to put in them.
You're doing that right at the Hetzeltown Road site?
Yeah.
Because that's very close to us. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, excellent idea. And then just get them from this
Just get 'em
place
in.
and get them to where.
Get into the gravel pit and then we can work on planting them. And then they won't die. And then we don't have to plant 30 in one day.
Right. All right, so what we'll do when we talk about goals is that we'll adjust that tree planting section to really kind of create the. We'll have to, I like the tree token name,
So cute.
so someone needs to be very thoughtful about.
If we don't want to have a native plant, we could call it Niska-Una.
Okay, all right, I know it's
very creative.
say what?
Tree Niski.
So put your thinking caps on, for that. So this, certainly the goals will be, I think, a much more involved process. So that we'll probably put this off until we'll start doing that in January. The one thing though that I did want to do, and I know that everybody's getting antsy, to go, is that we don't have a, place where you're in a subcommittee on all our subcommittees. So Cliff,
Well,
we need to
this is
give you a
new.
home.
The wrong one.
And I was gonna ask you about that, right? Okay, so, do you have I don't have the list right here.
Could you put that up on the screen, Laura?
See.
Or could you put it on the screen?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Right, okay, so right now we have 3
Thing.
subcommittees. We have the Public Outreach Committee, the Tree Planting Subcommittee, and the Master Plan, Subcommittee.
So the master plan is basically done. We just gotta get it adopted.
Um,
We're happy with it.
all right, so, Margaret,
I wasn't
The-
on that.
the tree plant,
This year, I wasn't.
you weren't on what, the
The
tree
tree
plant?
planting, but I was on the,
Master plan, you just,
yeah,
What
master
if-
plan and outreach. I was.
What if we change, if we're done with master plan, why don't we change it to like the code subcommittee?
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually,
Mhm.
that's an excellent
We
idea.
really, I mean, we really are. We just have to get it adopted. I don't think we have any more writing.
Mhm,
Code review.
mhm. Mhm.
I'll stick with the trees then.
Yeah, right, right. Do you want to stay on the tree? You want to join us on the tree planting committee? Plus you're expert in all that stuff. So I mean, that would be really very helpful. So, Cliff, since you suggested the, code review, is that what you were interested in?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Who would like to join?
Well, Carol and Amanda are automatically on it because they're, there's just a renaming.
Great. What do you think, Amanda? All right.
Enthusiasm. Carol's not here, so.
All right, excellent.
Not make it another 6-year thing like the, or 5 or 6 year or whatever that the master plan was.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
Well, it's really like an ongoing thing, right? Because
mhm.
codes
Yeah.
and should change all the time.
It is actually, the name doesn't, it's written differently in our agenda. It's the tree inventory and master plan subcommittee.
Mhm.
But I think we actually could still, if we were ever able to get a grant, do a full tree inventory. So probably want to change it maybe to the tree inventory and code review. So
Mhm.
I was gonna ask about that,
Or grant.
about the whole tree inventory and the grant.
Mhm.
Like, I don't wanna get into a long discussion, but I know, like, I was looking at the NCAP. Is that what it's called? The thing that Carol's on?
Mhm, mhm.
No, she's on community.
Community, okay.
Yeah.
They have all these grants. And there was like, even the town was getting some grants.
Yeah, they have been very helpful, but they gave us that money for the one phase of the natural resources inventory.
So could we get into that and get some money for a tree inventory from them?
The same question. This is
For
all their. the one
Disclosure
thing
purposes, my
you
wife is the president of the foundation
Yeah.
right now. So
Oh, we got
do
them
have a
in
way
then.
to.
So, I think they have small awards that are rolling and they're like $3,000 or $5,000. I'm not 100% sure which one. it
Yeah, I
is.
know they're not like,
And then they have like one big award they do that's like 10,000.
Yeah, they're all more like 1 to 2,000.
Now,
Yeah.
What about the
is that
state
too
grant?
much to add this to the newly formed subcommittee that put grants in there as well, so that people are kind of keeping their eye
Yeah, because
on grants? There was something that, and I don't remember what it was, John had mentioned something, wasn't it a Schenectady County one, and it was like,
for trees, Nick has, but that's really small.
I know,
But if you're doing bare root trees, $100 a piece, $1,000 is.
Right. And we didn't know about that until like 2 days before it closed or something. So I mean, just to have
we like
someone.
getting money from Schenectady County too.
One of the bus stops.
Yeah, yes,
Give a
yes,
lot of
we're
money.
definitely doing the bus stop trees
But I think
next
there's
year.
another committee.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, grants.
Well, then maybe it would just be code review subcommittee and then you could have a tree inventory / grants.
Okay,
Most of the things that I look for granting is the tree inventory because we're usually precluded from the bigger planting grants because we don't have a watering system. So that's something that we have to work on in the future with the highway department. If we were to get a watering system, we can, but you really basically can't get money from the state to plant trees if you don't commit to watering them.
so where can we get a truck? We need a truck.
Yeah, well, this is something I think the liaison will start to work on and
Right.
start building those.
Mhm.
But I don't even go for those grants because we're not eligible.
Right,
The inventory one, so we are.
okay, all right. Okay, all
We
right.
can, we can get some money like from, but I mean, the only reason those trees didn't die is because Ted and a couple other people were out there. And you shamed me to be watering these ones out.
Work on your muscles for the summer of
I know, that's how I
2026.
got all my steps in was I watered these ones like every day. But I had never really done that until you were out there doing it at Atlantic Park, and then I was like, oh, well, I better water these.
It doesn't make any sense. We go to all this effort to plant
I
trees
know,
and
you're
then we watch them
right.
die.
You
It's
can
just
also put in requirements and like 2 or 3 of the ones that I love the trees, they're beautiful, but 2 or 3 of the ones that are behind the new school district offices have died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But we also need
I
to
know.
remind developers
I
that they
know.
need to water their trees.
I
I'm
know.
gonna see if we can get John Ross to replace those.
Yeah,
things.
absolutely.
But and then water them.
And water.
And then
Right,
water them.
right.
Yeah, it was a
Right.
dry summer. It got very
Second year
dry,
in a row.
Mhm.
but he did a nice job.
Planting them.
Yes.
I know,
but
they were
yes,
beautiful.
Yeah, he definitely should.
Well, Margaret watered them.
I know.
At his.
Yeah, Margaret watered. Yeah,
What? I don't know.
Not all summer.
Yeah.
just a couple times. Yeah.
I couldn't get to all of them. I ran out of water.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to water the trees.
You want
A lot of trees.
I did drive today. Thank
All right. Okay, so we're gonna also add a grants committee too as well. Okay, all right. All right. I guess we don't really have it. We really don't have any reports.
Really? I just update you guys, the tree city. Who was reminding me about that? Someone was you. Yeah, help me remember the Tree City
Oh,
application.
yes.
Yes, it's in. It was
Great.
good. That's how we learned that we only took down 16 trees this year. Qualified, submitted it. Should be good. Didn't hear anything bad back. So
See, Jeff.
Happy holidays. Jeff, same to you.
we met all the criteria, and I'm hoping that we'll get submitted, certified again.
Yeah, me too. And hopefully we'll get another sign.
They only give them to you sometimes. Sometimes you just get the sticker that gives you the longer amount of
Mhm.
years, but I just never know what'll get in the mail for them. Sometimes they send us a flag.
Oh.
Sometimes they send us a sign. Sometimes we get a sticker.
Well, I think we always get the sticker.
We always get the sticker, you're right? Because it updates every year. I think we're at like 26 years, maybe.
Nice.
Was there progress that we have a adoption of plan or is this just still? work?
Oh, God, we just gotta get that scheduled. We should put that on our, because that's just an action item at this point. We don't need to write it anymore. We just gotta get it adopted.
Gotta give it-
Yeah.
somebody to present it.
And the calendar,
Oh, yeah.
email blast did go out. We sold a couple of them.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think our email blast reaches a lot of people, so
Reach me and I'm surprised.
I got
the
the,
calendar with that calendars.
I always get the.
I saw one. I got
You
it.
did?
I
I just
got
think-
one.
I don't think it gets to very many people. If there's any way for you guys to like pull the picture down out of the and just repost it or whatever, because anybody who's seen it has really liked it and wanted to buy it. It's just had to get it out there, and it's so cute and it's perfect now that we did all of the fixing.
It's a
And-
news item on the town website.
So if you
And
can,
it is
connect
it is okay because we are it's just the regular planning miscellaneous budget. We're selling it for less than we printed it for, so
still
it's
have-
completely fine.
oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if we should take a copy and maybe put it in the hang it in the asking me to hang it in the co-op and say for sale at the town hall, $8. Right?
They are selling them at not street office. So if
Okay.
he sells out, I can give him more.
Uh-huh.
And I think Linda had an idea that we just put a sample downstairs and say if you want to
Yeah,
buy it,
yeah.
they can
Yes,
come upstairs.
yes. Oh,
you ask the
yes.
supervisor if we could do that?
No, but I'm pretty sure she'll say
Are
yeah.
we just doing cash or is there like a Venmo?
We can't do Venmo. I guess
Oh,
we
like
could
a-
probably take personal check.
Oh, no, I was just trying to see if there was like a digital way for
Isn't it paying
to
you?
like. QR
No,
code
it
value.
ended up being okay. We
Oh,
talked,
then you
we,
do that.
we worked it out, and as long as we didn't make any profit and the town, then it was okay.
I think I could do credit card. Can I do credit card on these transactions, or we wanted to keep it totally?
I would assume it'd be okay because they pay the credit card fees, so
Yeah,
if you
So you have to
decide to
write
use-
$8 cash, $8.92 credit.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Right.
percentage, so you
Yes.
don't pay $8 if you use a credit
Right.
card. You pay $8 and whatever fee your credit card
Right.
charges you.
Mhm.
But for the convenience.
So
a
the
lot of
town
people
is whole
have
because it
cash
still
on
gets
them.
the $8.
Right.
Yeah,
we have,
sometimes the fee is a lot.
Yes.
It can be.
we have changed, so we made sure there's lots of ones in us.
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I don't remember the last time that I saw cash, but also I have teenage boys, so it has a tendency to disappear with a mom, I need
Yeah,
this.
they're yours. You have one? Mhm.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. Fabulous. Anything else? No, I guess.
Need a motion to adjourn?
Hey,
Second.
all righty. Here we go. All right. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Excellent.
It's pretty
I think all the table was taken by people packing up.
Laura, can I buy a calendar from you this evening?
Yes.
They're pretty cool.
I'll take one too.
They're like, I think the extra work that we did on the second printing